Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Cocktail Show. Whether you're having a wonderful day on this 12th May 2025. Today is a beautiful day. Today we're installing a new meta for, dude. We're having a new meta for food. So lately you saw me since last week actually. We're not doing so well. So when we're not doing so well, so we're going back to junk food. Junk food. In another case, junk food. Okay, so for example, right, when I'm on a diet, when I'm eating to lose some weight, because you see me try to lose some weight last month, it was a lot of ramen. It was a lot of the same food, and to me, it's getting used to eating the same thing every single day. That way, for example, right, if you're eating chicken every single day, then you'll get tired of it. But since it's so much part of your routine, you won't mind. So with junk food, it does seem like that. But junk food, the problem with junk food is you would have it every single day, and it would be different because you want to get tired of it, right? And there's so much variety of it. And I don't remember which product, but one of the product that um, I saw the packaging of it. And I saw the real product, and I was like, "This is so different." Now, when they start doing a new meta, so the new meta is actually taking. You see this coffee chips? You're gonna be tasting it, right? Is taking this and showing this because I was talking about how we eat with our eyes and we pay so much attention, and it's funny because when we say we eat on our eyes, it's crazy because this is kind of like the jigsaw. It's kind of like a jigsaw dilemma. So the jigsaw, you'll have pieces that are not done and they'll show you the final product and say this is what you're supposed to get, right? And doesn't matter how close you are to finishing it. If you do it in one row, the image in your head's gonna be the one on the packaging. And then I ask myself, right? You eat with your eyes a lot. I eat with my eyes when I eat something. For example, I was talking about how nice this is, even though it's a fucking can. Who cares? Um, I mean this. I really do mean this. Um, Now, what ended up happening was the product itself. It was so different, and the image was so different. And I was like, dude, am I really excited to eat that because of how it looks or how it looked on the packaging? And then it comes to a completely different skip. These Dark Legion. It comes to a completely different case because you're you're thinking, okay, well, if I'm eating with my eyes, then does it really affect? Versus if I'm eating, because technically speaking, right? If somebody presents you the food, you won't see the packaging, right? But on the second hand, companies put so much money in packaging because it's part of the marketing. We want to sell the product, and people are not going to see the product cooked; they're going to see the product in the packaging. So let's put money in the packaging, and you're going to see documentaries on how to do it. They're literally screw driving the pizza. They're putting it's crazy. It's really, really, really crazy. They'll take a brownies and to make it seem like more gooey, they'll add some glue. It's insane. That's how they do it. So the new meta would be to show you this. Now, ultimately speaking, it doesn't matter. Ultimately speaking, it doesn't matter because you see the packaging, and that's what you're gonna see in the market. So technically speaking, right? If I were to show you this, right? If I were to show you this, and say, hey, these are really good. You remember this packaging, right? And then you would go to the store and it's the same packaging, and you say, okay, well, these look good, and this I remember Amy talking about these, right? You won't remember me showing you this. It doesn't really matter, right? All that matters is you remember the packaging. And ultimately speaking, there's a product that you're gonna be buying just for that. So the reason why I'm talking about this, the reason why we're having this new meta is I do want to showcase both because I do think it's important. I think it's such an important thing. We put so much. It's complex. We put so much effort in the way we look. We put so much effort in physical appearance and how my video looks, the quality, the thumbnails, right? And the content creator, you put yourself out there, right? We'll have to talk about the content versus the content creator, or the content versus what's inside. I saw a video not too long ago about Amurant, which is one of the most popular content creator on OnlyFans, which she's gorgeous, right? But then she showed a case of her husband being abusive, and this is the same dude that she cried about before. And people, and it was like, okay, well, I can't believe I gave money to a girl that had a boyfriend. she still has the same boyfriend. So you're still giving money to somebody that's not single, right? And to me, this is the content creator, the way she looks versus who this person is. Am I saying that she's a bad person? No. Am I saying that her content sucks? No. However, you don't understand what I mean. For example, to me, one of the and it's kind of crazy because it's by era. Let's talk about people, right? The people that I really like following is Morg Pie. So yes, I've been following her since the Pornhub era. Morg Pie, I think she's super cool. The thing with Morg Pie is I find her entertaining. I find her entertaining, for example, and this is so weird because these people, I wouldn't give a shit if I didn't watch them and masturbated. Too much information? I don't care. Adria Shetnik, the same thing. I just saw her playthrough of Elden Ring. That was entertaining, right? And then with Morg Pie, I think she's funny. And Morg Pie, it's kind of crazy because Adrian Shetnik, I didn't watch her old content, but I did watch the Elden Ring because we're preparing for Elden Ring playthrough. So I'm like, okay, well, could be cool to do. This is the weapon that she used. Okay, fine. But then at the same time, a person like Morg Pie, you know, I think Morg Pie with doing the it's so odd because she's doing some this has nothing to do with this, I understand, but still, she's doing some fitness content, right? And she's muscly, and a lot of people are saying, "Hey, this is too muscly," you know. But she hypersexualized herself, and you know, you're like, okay, well, but at the same time, you're seeing someone like Sam Sulek, and Sam Sulek, I find him to be the most entertaining body person that does fitness content. I don't like Alex Eubanks. I do like the Ten Brothers. I do like the Odge Twin. The problem with those, with the Odge Twin, and the problem with, in most of these cases, or in both of these cases, the problem with those two, the Trend Twin and the Odge Twin, is they're funny together, but alone, or like a big blob. And I don't find it entertaining. That's my opinion. This is what I think. This is how I view things. You can agree, you can disagree. I personally don't give a fuck. But if something like Morg Pie, I'm sorry it's so dark, but it's fantastic today. I like Morg Pie. The content. I've seen Sam Sulek. And to me, Sam is entertaining, he's interesting, he's smart, right? And then I watch him, and there's also this part of me that says, okay, well, I also want to see a girl do content. I don't know why. I think it's because it's more in real life. I think with gaming, I don't really care. It's bullshit. I like Asmongold a lot because he's one of the boys. Do I watch female content creator? I don't. To be honest, I don't think I do. I don't watch that many content. Well, I do watch Tammy Lynn, which is Chelsea Lynn, which is Trailer Trash Tammy. I do watch her a lot. Who else do I watch as a female? I don't think I watch a lot of them. Right? With the content, the fitness though, it's so different. And you see, this is crazy because it wasn't the plan, but with Chelsea Trailer Trash Tammy or Chelsea Lynn, she's a mukbang channel. I do watch also, well, technically speaking, I watch Amber Lynn, but I watch her from Detractor's channel, so I do watch her, but don't really watch her. But with those two, they're talking about food, which is quote-unquote part of the real life. Real life is fitness, real life is eating, real life is in video games, right? So with the fitness content, it is kind of similar. It is kind of something similar. So yeah, so this is weird, but this is still something, I don't know. I think it's important. Okay, to finish, because we have 7% batteries. To finish, I think it's important to be one of those people that is understanding that there's your content, there's how the person look, there's how the content look, and there's the person. And everything, video games, I think old video games, even though they didn't have the graphics, were good. I think some of those games that are having great graphics are allowing themselves to have a shittier story, right? And yeah. I don't know. I think we pay close attention to the way it looks on the surface, and deep down. I don't know. I've been following this girl, Splish B, and Splish B used to get all the dudes. She used to get really popular when she was quote unquote pretty, but then she had a depression and she let herself go, and then she lost a lot of the follower, and then she was like, well, if the only reason that you're following me is because I look good, don't follow me. And then yeah, it was so weird. I think this is a video that I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because it's such a complex subject. It is so complex.